Hey, how's it going today? Oh, I'm so glad you're back. We are here in Oasis Springs, and you know what that means. It's the Hendrix family that we're going to be working on making a start on the inside of the interior of their little desert cottage. Look at the butterflies, so pretty. Anyway. I'm just excited to be here. Look how pretty this is. Okay, I'm going to see you in just a bit, and we will start working on it. All right, so here we are back at the cottage. And I guess it's a cottage. That's what I'm calling it. But I think it's really cute. I haven't looked at it really since the last time we were working on this. Usually I'll come back and see if there's anything I want to change, but I was really satisfied with this last time. So, we have the little bike. That's so cute. So we're going to be working today on the interior. We're getting a start on it. And I think I'd like to do the kitchen / living area. And I think in this particular room or this particular home unit, I will be making this a living area instead of just the dining and kitchen like in the previous one. And I think that's because we only have 2 Sims here. So it's not what I'm trying to say, I guess, is it's we probably can just have them eat outside most of the time. If it's raining, they can eat kind of on the couch, whatever area, seating area, I guess. But this is such a small little area. We'll have to figure out how we're going to do all of this. Let's go ahead and we'll put in some flooring first. And I'll get some lights in here. I forgot to put the lights in, so let's do that. Okay, so I've pulled out a few things, and I've also gotten the flooring and all that done as well, or picked out, I should say, as well. So I'm going with this from Cats and Dogs, the old hickory, and I just like this all throughout. I just want this as the main. Just nice. And actually, let me change this lighting because it looks terrible. It's more yellow than I would like, but it's not as light or white because it was between that one and that one. And for some reason, that one just didn't have as much character to me. It didn't really fit the bill of what I wanted it to look. More of like a raw, you could see all the texture and the rings and everything. I like that a lot. And this just looks, like painted to me. And I don't really like that. And I guess it is supposed to be painted. So that's not what I wanted. And then in the kitchen part, I want to do this as the backsplash. And I'm wanting to have these. But this is an interesting thing that I used to do back in the day. And I don't know if it's still going to work or if I'm still going to like it. But I used to do this because I saw this one time in someplace. I don't remember where it was. Probably Pinterest or something back in the day. And you kind of have it to where the tile is kind of coming into fading into the wood. I don't even know if this still works or not, but I think we're going to do that like that. I know that looks kind of weird, but let's just try it. You kind of see what I mean? Yeah. Okay. And then I want to do this pastel yellow wall all throughout the rest of these walls. And I'm not exactly sure where I want to end that or if I want to take this all the way across. I'll have to see. Actually, I might do this yellow all the way across because I think we're just going to have the fridge over here. So we'll test that in a bit and see. But I like those colors together. And you'll see a little bit more of what I'm wanting to do here when I start getting some of the furniture in. But as far as these doors are concerned, I'm going to be using something else. And you'll see that very quickly. So I'm wanting to use these doors, and I like the idea that maybe she painted these. Maybe, and I want to think that maybe the mother, I keep saying she. But by the way, these are from the movie Hangout or something. This was the era that I was talking about, but like I don't know, for some reason The Sims went in a completely different way. So this is the era of like 2016, 15, 17, 18, when like and I was talking about this in my previous build, which is the Woodard house, the new build house, when everything was gray and everything was like, in real life, everything was gray and kind of like painted, just like builder grade, and everybody liked all that. And now that's not popular anymore, but people are still bringing that into new builds or thinking that that's great. And to me, it's really boring. But for some reason, back in that time, that era, EA was doing this, and like this was all of this. What is this? Like that? What? These colors together. Now I get it. Very specific, like, applications. You might want something like this. I've never used this door, really, besides, like, very specific things. But that was the era. Let's also look. Hang on. Now, we're going to take a detour real quick because I'm going to take a look at some of these that were in that pack. So this was our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Oh my gosh. 5th stuff pack back then. And they were pumping them out pretty regularly back then. So let's just get an idea of what monstrosities. Why did we have these? Who was wanting all of this? And they still aren't cute. Like, even to this day. I didn't realize that they had these plain swatches. I don't know if those are recent. Like, sometimes they like to sneak things in with the SDX drops. But, like, girl, who wants this? Other than like, oh, I have a very eccentric sim and they're, have very specific tastes. I wish I had face cam so you could see my face right now. That was a dark time in Sims history, but we're going to move right on from that. And so the kitchen cabinets that I've chosen are going to be these lavender ones from that country kitchen pack thing that we had. It's one of our very first kits. And I just like this like lavender / lilac look. I think that's kind of nice, and it kind of fits. It fits what we're going for here. So what I'm going to actually do is bring this out a little bit more with this flirtatious flooring that I've got going on here. Just chip it out like that. There you go. Yep. Because I want this to be, I know it's not the most conventional, but this is Holly's house. And I feel like this is Holly's taste. And I hope that we can just all respect the vision. And what I actually might do is switch this so that we don't have the fridge right near this cooker. And then I'll put the windows in on those. Because I did want windows. I think I do want to keep those windows in the kitchen areas. I just didn't want to keep them in the bathrooms. But for some reason, those have disappeared in all my other units. Maybe I just didn't put them over there. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, well, we're going to be putting those in. I just forgot. Okay, so I'm going to put it around here, I think. And I'm only going to be putting the one in since we have the fridge over here. And then let's change the color. We'll probably do it to that lighter swatch. And I actually might be putting, might be putting that down a little bit farther if the cupboards are covering up too much. But let's take a look with that. So I'm going to go ahead and use these. Now I've got to be very specific because, as you know, EA kind of screwed the pooch here when it comes to these cabinets because they're all like this. like the normal, quote unquote, normal ones are all like that. So there's not a lot of room for what we need. And what I mean is, it's going to be, you'll see. So the normal ones are like this, right? So normally in a normal house, you would have multiple of these along a wall. Well, you can't do that because it's identical with these open shelves. So we're going to have to be a little bit crafty and do a little something else. And then we've also got this, which doesn't want to slide. It slotted like once. Okay, please. There we go. And that. And I think that's fine. I know we've got like the drink mug right above there. I'd hate that. Let's see. Can I let that cha-cha slide, or should I not let that cha-cha slide? Should I put this up higher? If I put this up higher, does it look weird? Yeah, it looks weird. Okay, well, let's just put it back down. And maybe what I'll do instead of that is like the smaller one. The smaller one is plates. And then maybe I can put like a little range hood or something up here. I don't know. Let's just try to make this work, because it's not working how I think it should. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna use this because I'm not having a great time with these. And I kind of figured that's how it would be, but you know, I wanted to use the other one. I thought it was more of a look I was going for, but this is just as good. It's just now I'm using pretty much everything from that country pack kit thing. I think even this one. No, yeah, it is. Wow. Okay, well, it's fine. It's just not really what I was wanting, but it fits. So let's just go ahead. Should I keep it with the lilac or make it a different color? Let's see. I think I'll keep that green. I like that. It kind of goes with the backsplash too. So let's see. Yeah, that's cute enough. I think that's fine. I think that works for what we're dealing with here. See, I was thinking originally I wanted to put some things above here, but now I can't because these are all wackadoo. The only thing is I might want to use these, but I don't think they have a swatch that I could use. I mean, I guess I could just like mismatch it and put something like white or something. I don't know. Just, it's really not what I'm looking for. It doesn't really go with what I'm looking for. And I'm gonna leave it how it is, because this is just, it's becoming too much of what, from what I was wanting. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find some curtains, and I'm going to find a little bit of quote unquote living room furniture for out here, even though there's not that much space, and probably some clutter for in here as well. And we'll make this look a little bit more comfortable and lived in. So I'll be right back. Okay, so what I decided to do is actually take away that big old clunky cabinet that was like blocking half and just making everything look really closed off in this kitchen since it's so tiny already. And I don't know, I feel like the cowboy pack, I like how I call it that, it matches well enough with this wood that I'm just going to put like this sort of slim profile open shelf up here. And I feel like it goes more than I thought. Like it's got similar shapes and characteristics and stuff. So I think I'm gonna just do that and open that little space up more. Yes, that one had like the cast iron pan and all that, but we have like a little bit of storage. Maybe they're just keeping stuff in that, you know. And then I'm putting in this little kettle. I'm doing it in yellow, of course. It's got to be yellow. The other one was like green. And I was like, but the yellow, it just kind of fits more. And plus, I don't want there to be so much green with this already green stove. I mean, it's really just personal preferences, but you know. And then I can't move these because I play tested them. I took the time to play test this. and it works. So this little, I'm gonna move it back a little bit. Now, if I move it back, is it gonna be all messed up? Okay, I'm not gonna mess with it because it's fine. She was able to sit in it. We'd be able to make a meal in the kitchen. So this little sofa couch thing, I believe, is also from Cowboy Pack. Yeah, yep. And I like it in this like little bluish gingham situation. You know I wanted a gingham. And then I have this cottage living armchair in this stripy yellow. Now, what I have figured out, because I was like, this isn't really a couch, but it's technically a couch, and I want it to be an inside situation. So what I did was I took these from that luxury kit, and I've sized them up about a 1.2 so that they're a little bit larger, because this is their original size. Like that. So they're like slightly bigger, and I feel like that fits this better, and I'm going to be using that as a backrest. I thought that was cute. So that's what we're gonna do, like that. And I just think that kind of fits. I think it kind of is nice. And I really like the idea that this is something that they could sit and talk and have tea or coffee or whatever with neighbors. I'm not putting any kind of television in here because I don't really feel like they're a television type family. But, oh, I had an extra pillow there. But, you know, it's just good for socializing. And then I went on the gallery, and thank goodness. This was you just go to the gallery, and I typed in like paintings, and yeah, it came up. I had to size this way down, but I wanted to include some kind of pretty painting that maybe Holly would have made, and this is like the main focal point. I might size it down a little bit because it's really big, but I think it should be fine, and I think it kind of fills this wall, and where we're kind of wanting to have some kind of nice little area, because I feel like I don't want a television, but I do want something, and this is a reflection of all the colors in here, and it just goes. And I like that it's like one of those like paint from reference situations, and I like all the flowers and stuff because that is so Holly to me. And so then I've got this little rug, which I have sized down a little bit, and I'm just going to put that on that kind of like skewed angle, and that way, you know, you'll have a little bit of something under your feet that's a little bit warm. This one was originally this size, so I did, like I said, size it down a little bit. And it's from Tiny Home Living, right? I don't know. Tiny Living? I don't know. And then in the kitchen, I have these. And I've got to sort of put these up right because this other one's going to give me a pain in the tuchus. I already know. And there we go. Maybe it should be overlapping. Is that right? I think so. And now I'm looking at it. I don't know if I like the blue. I like the blue, but maybe it's a little too much. Well, I think it'll be fine. I think it's fine. I like that out of all of the others. Kind of fits our palette a little bit more. And it is like slightly crooked though. I think that's the best we're going to be able to get it. I'm being fussy, and it's just like, why? What's the point? Nobody really cares, and it looks fine already. And then over by this window, I've also got this sized down little window situation, these little window plants. And I kind of like the idea that it's like a little herb garden or something like that. I mean, those do look like lily of the valleys, which are very deadly, so you don't want to eat those. But we're just going to extend our imagination and pretend like those aren't deadly and that this little shadow thing isn't here as well from sizing it down. It's just without sizing it down, it's so big and doesn't really fit. So we're just going to go ahead and pretend like that's not there. And I like that in that green swatch. I just think it goes with everything else pretty well. And like all the colors and stuff. Then I've got this that I'm putting on top of the fridge. And I did size that, I put it down with the tool mod so it's not floating or anything, but I thought that was a cute addition with the green. I'm putting up this knife magnet strip here in the blue. You need that kind of stuff, but again, we're so limited on space. This is such a nice detail here that you would really use in real life. And then we've just got some utensils as well, which I'm actually going to be putting them in the old special way, where I can put them wherever I want them. Right there by the stove. And I like the colors on that. I like that yellow silicone spatula and just, everything kind of matching. Like that bluish color and then the stainless steel kind of goes. So, yep. And the last thing that I've got here is just these curtains. And we had to do it, These are just the plain white. And I get to use these, which I'm so happy about. I just think they look nice and crisp in here with everything being like light colors. That way you can just zoom them right across and don't have to worry about anything. And I'm going to actually try to scoot these in a little bit if I can. I can't. Okay, well, forget it. Forget it. I mean, it's not really cutting into the door that much. I mean, you really have to zoom right into it to see, but I think it's fine. It's clearing it pretty well. And it is cutting into the back of the chair, but I'm not moving that, as I said, because I know that they can sit in that and use it and get into the other room with that. So I'm not moving those two pieces of furniture ever again. But with that, I think we are done with this little room. And I'm really pleased. Even with the cutout, even with the tile the way it is. Sometimes we don't always have the same tastes as everybody, and sometimes people like to have little things like that, flooring being like that, and that's their little quirks, and we let them have it. But I think it's cute, okay? And honestly, if I could make it more mosaic and not just so big and geometrical, I would do that, but this works for now. So here is one angle of the kitchen, and there is the other side of the room. And yeah, I think that's really nice. I think it's cute. I think it's doing the job very well. I like the colors. It's comfy. Even if we have this wooden bench, it still reads comfy to me. In real life you could. I wish I could put some kind of little tiny end table right here with some little flowers or something, but I can't. The only thing, let me test this out really quick because I think I know what I'd like to do. I want to put some kind of flowers right here, but I was thinking maybe these or something. That looks weird. Let me see about some other colors. You know what? I think it's going to be these. I think these are so sweet and cute. And maybe these are a project that mother and daughter worked on together, or maybe Evangeline. I think I called her Evangelina in my previous one. Her name is Evangeline, the little daughter. I think maybe she made these or this for her mother for Mother's Day. It could be something like that. So I think that's sweet, and it adds those same kind of pastel pretty colors and flowers, and it's just very cheerful, and it adds just some nice little light to this corner. I feel like that kind of needs it, and it's whimsical and homemade, and it just really fits, in my opinion, of this particular home. Oh, and I almost forgot, when I was looking through stuff to get furnished in here, I also put out a little rug out here, as well as this very crooked flower wreath. Again, I feel like that fits this family, and I think it's really cute. So I'm happy. I like this. This is sweet. I love it. It's so cute, and I hope you like it too. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. It means a lot. My channel is growing very steadily, but very slowly. So I appreciate your help on that. But I hope you have a good rest of your day. Make good choices. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.